The following is a paid program. Talk 103.7 WTIP and Cable Channel 7 welcome you into Financially Speaking with Jim Taunton. Find us live on radio, TV, the IBX Media app, and on YouTube. Just search Financially Speaking NC or get the link at WTIPFM.com. The opinions expressed in this show are for general informational purposes only and not intended to provide specific advice or recommendations for any individual. To determine what investments may be appropriate for you, consult with your attorney, accountant, financial, or tax advisor prior to investing. Securities and investment advisory services are offered through Genois Wealth Management Incorporated, member FINRA SIPC. Now, here's your host for Financially Speaking, certified financial advisor, Jim Taunton.
Hello and welcome to Financially Speaking. Jim Taunton here, your host for the next 30 minutes. Glad you joined me. Hope you'll be glad you joined me as well when it's all said and done. And I've been saying that for 32 years now. Don't know how much longer I will do it, but I still enjoy it. So there you go. And I'm greeting two audiences now. I have a radio audience, which has been there from the beginning with 103.7 FM, 100,000 watt flamethrower. And also, I'm on YouTube. I have a YouTube channel. You can catch me there. The only problem there is also video. You'd have to see me. That's a detriment. The YouTube channel is Financially Speaking NC, as in North Carolina. Financially Speaking NC. And if you miss a program, you can always go there and watch a rerun. It archives all of the shows that I've done that have been on YouTube. And I've been on YouTube now, I don't know, 5-6 years. So who knows? Anyway, don't know why anyone would want to do that, but you certainly can. And as always, this is a listener participation program. Simply means that we'd love to have a call from you and maybe have you ask me a financially related question about something that's important and pertinent to you and your situation. That's really what I enjoy talking to people about. I have some good information to give you, but monologuing is boring. So give me a call and ask me a question. If you call with a question, your name goes into the drawing for the dinner for two at Antavola. I'll even pay the tip. And the number here, I'm live, by the way. It is July the 10th. Shortly after it's 6:02, July 10th. I'm sitting right here at this time. So give me a call. Number is 252-561-TALK, 561-8255, 561-8255. We're going to go to a quick 2-minute break. We'll come back, and if I don't have a caller, I'm going to start with the information. Much rather talk to you, so call during the break. See you in a couple minutes.
Aiden Golf and Country Club invites you to become a member. Come tour our beautiful clubhouse, ballroom, and facilities. For a quality golf experience, sign up for our discounted special membership rates, low monthly dues with no quarterly food minimum or assessments. Folks love to play golf at Aiden Golf and Country Club. Cool off at the pool all summer. Enjoy excellent food and beverages from the snack bar. Even store your own cart, unless you like to walk. Call 746-3389 for special limited membership rates at the Aiden Golf and Country Club.
My practice has been built on accessibility, responsiveness, and a willingness to be proactive for my clients. I'm not afraid to make recommendations relating to your investments and planning. I do hope all of your financial decisions are good ones, but let's not rely on hope. Let's roll up our sleeves and get to work.
Jim has attained 3 professional designations: Certified Financial Planner, Chartered Life Underwriter, and Chartered Financial Consultant, which entails 20 courses of study with examinations and a comprehensive national board exam, administered by the Certified Financial Planning Board. Jim has been practicing in financial services since 1979, which includes investing, planning, and insurance to help you meet your financial goals. Among the many awards Jim has received in his career is his selection to the Guide of the Top Financial Planners by the Consumer Research Council of America. So if you want to work with someone who is working for you, call Jim at 756-4700 or email him at planning@financiallyspeaking.com. That's 756-4700 and planning@financiallyspeaking.com.
Hello, welcome back to Financially Speaking. Jim Taunton here. And let's see. Yep, no note from my producer, Mr. Dom. That means we don't have a caller. Terrible state of affairs. But so I'll start disseminating the information. At some point, I am going to speak in depth regarding the OBBB, the One Big Beautiful Bill, and how it might affect you. There are so many aspects to it because it's big. But there's one thing I want to share with you tonight. I'll talk about it again probably when I go through the OBBB in a month or so. I've got to do a lot of research, though, and I really haven't. So I'm sharing this prematurely. But it's not talked about, not mentioned very much in the media. But in this bill, it has brought back 100% depreciation for real estate, non-residential real estate in the first year. That's tremendous. That's huge. And I'll talk about that more. But Mr. Producer says we have a caller, and I'd much rather talk to the caller. Name?
Michael.
Good afternoon, Jim. How are you?
Hello, Michael. I'm doing better than I deserve. How are you?
Doing real good. Enjoying this beautiful weather and all, and hoping everybody's doing great.
Yes, me too.
Okay, Jim, I'm going to ask you some questions that might be off the cuff, but a lot of people in Pitt County would like to know their answer.
Okay. Shoot.
Ready?
Yeah.
As landowners in Pitt County, what should we do with our land, the price of land, the moment you sell it? What should you do? What should you look for? What should you try to avoid? And what you should do to protect your heirs?
All right. First of all, you've done probably one of the best things you could have done to protect your heirs, which was liquidate the land. Because if you pass,
we didn't liquidate it. I'm saying, what should we do in the future to help them, or to keep it, or to manage it, or to keep it for them to receive income?
Well, that's a great question. And to be honest with you, I am not a real estate guru. I know.
No. What I'm talking about, Jim, is at the aftermath. What should you do with the money? How should you control it? Should you 1031?
Well, that's what I was. Yeah, that's what I was referencing. If you sell the land, then you've already done something good for your heirs, because if your heirs get it, it's an illiquid asset, even though it has value, and you don't know what the situation is going to be in the future. So if you sell it, you actually can pass along a liquid, investable asset to your heirs. But as far as what you do with proceeds from the sale of land, if you receive this land as an inheritance and you had a step up in cost basis to the date of death of your decedent, and so that's a huge advantage. So the only thing you'll pay tax on, and on a capital gains basis, will be the appreciation of the property from the date you received it only. It doesn't go back to what your heir paid for it. So that's a distinct advantage. But as far as what you do with the proceeds, I mean, really the universe of investments are the options. And it would be impossible without discussing it in a little more detail with the client to give a recommendation on what to do with proceeds from the sale of land.
Should a person in Pitt County keep holding the land for a better price?
That again it's just such an ambiguous question, because there's no way for me to know the value of this property and if there's a potential for an appreciation of this property, depending on where it's located, the use of it. And again, you probably need to consult someone that's really more abreast on real estate, the uses of real estate, how to manipulate it and develop it, and that kind of thing. and I ain't the guy. I can't. I'm not doing a lot of real estate. I own 2 office buildings, and that's all I've ever owned as far as property. I rent out one, leased out one, and have done so for 30 years or so. But that's all I've ever done. So I haven't done a whole lot of. Well, I did have a condo at the beach one time that we rented out some, but just minor stuff. Nothing major. So I wish I could help you, but I cannot.
Well, you have helped me because you've told me the different options of what is out there, and there are so many.
Yes,
and there's so much opportunity, good and bad, that you have to be very careful. But I think in the long run, investments have been great. Saving is great, but also investment in real estate or land has also been great for our area.
Yeah. And
everyone is very thankful.
Yes, it's
on that.
Pitt County in particular has land and real estate properties. Have they maintained value when others were going down, and they certainly have appreciated since. And actually, I'm gonna finish talking about this provision in the big beautiful bill that allows people to have 100% appreciation the first year of building or buying a non-residential real estate property, which is a huge advantage in real estate. I mean, it's just big, really big, huge, as our president will say, huge.
What do you think about 1031s?
1031s are a good way to move from one piece of real estate to another without realizing the capital gain that you're moving over. Absolutely. And in my business, we have the equivalent of a 1035 exchange, which is moving from one financial product to another without having to pay tax on the gain. You don't realize it, but yeah, 1031s are used all the time. It's a landmine field, so you have to make sure that you're consulting with someone that knows the business and knows what you have to do. You have to have real estate picked out before you sell the one you currently own or trade it, to someone. A lot of things you need to know about that. And again, that's not my area of expertise. It is. It can be. Michael, I appreciate you calling, man. Yes, sir.
Yeah,
and
like I said,
did you give your phone number to the producer when you called in?
Yes.
Well, then you're in the drawing for the dinner for 2 at Ottavolo. Hope you win.
Okay, well, Jim, I really appreciate it, and thank you for your information. I enjoy listening to you, buddy.
Well, I appreciate that very much. More than you know. I appreciate it. Thanks, Michael.
Well, thank you.
Take care.
A great day. Bye-bye.
You too. Bye-bye. Yes, sir. I appreciate that call. I really do. Wish I could have helped him a little bit more. So, in this one big beautiful bill, we've got a provision now to write off 100% of a piece of property. And again, you'll need to consult some folks, an accountant and maybe somebody in real estate to know exactly what that means for you. But that's a big deal. Real estate is going to boom in the next 5-10 years. Hopefully that provision will not be rescinded by the next administration that comes up. And I don't know if they probably can do that, but I don't know how that could be done if it were. Also, I saw an article. I thought it was really neat. It says North Carolina is America's top state for business in 2025, led by a strong workforce and economy. And this is by Scott Cohn, COHN, dated July 10th, dated today. The Tar Heel State captures its 3rd top state's crown in the last 4 years. It missed the top spot by just 3 points last year.
Another caller, John.
I think that's really impressive. All right, my producer says we have another caller. This is wonderful. John, thanks for interrupting the monologue. I appreciate it. Go right ahead.
Hello?
Go right ahead. Yes, go right ahead, John, with your question.
Yes, sir. I have a large 401k. I'm 50 years old, and I've actually I left where I work. But my question is I'm being pushed into making it a IRA, and is that really worth it? Like moving it to a Roth IRA, is that worth it?
Well, that's about 70% of my practice. So I would say that in a lot of cases, it is worth it. You don't want to feel pushed, though. That doesn't sound good to me, but I haven't been there with you when you've, I guess, been talking to people. But let me tell you why people do.
Go
I'm
ahead.
sorry.
I'm sorry.
I was going to tell you why people do that.
Okay.
There are 3 or 4 reasons why people move money from a 401k into an IRA. And when you move it, you can move it into anything and call it an IRA pretty much. So you have a universe of investments as your options when you roll money out of a 401k. So the first advantage when you move money from a 401k into an IRA is you move from a situation where you're very constrained. You have maybe a dozen sub-account options, and that is not nearly enough options for a long-term investment strategy. And
let me
when you
change
move
my
it,
question.
yes,
When I separated from my company, I had more than, at 50 years old, I had more than enough money to separate from the company I worked for.
yes,
And I moved it to an IRA, but what they're pushing is into to basically move it to a Roth IRA, a no tax IRA. Start converting into that is what I'm being pushed to now. Is that worth doing it?
No.
Or?
No.
Okay.
I hope I'm clear. The answer is no.
Yeah, you're very clear.
Yeah, I have done. Go ahead.
I got real lucky during COVID making some moves in my 401k, and it's.
Or what amount is it?
It just crossed the 7-figure range.
All right. Yeah, you're in great shape, and yeah, if you move that to a Roth, you're going to hate somebody because you'll have, of course, taxation on all of that money immediately.
Yeah, all of it as I move it. But the thing that worries me is as I get older into my 70s, I start hitting the forced distributions where I have to take it taxed heavily on it.
That is not a problem. That is not a problem. Okay. I always tell clients, never let the tax tail wag the decision dog. So you never make a financial decision solely based on tax consequences. You make the decision based on what's best for you and your money, plain and simple. And there's nothing wrong with paying taxes on money. If you've made money, I can solve every client's problem if they don't like paying taxes on money. Quit making money and you'll quit paying taxes. But, in your case,
taxes are a good thing.
It depends.
When you have the money to pay them.
I don't like paying taxes either. I mean, if the government used the money wisely, I would feel better about it, but I don't. But everybody pays taxes, and none of that money in that 401k has been taxed. So everything that comes out will be taxed. Yes, you'll have required minimum distributions beginning at age. It's 73 now, but by the time yours come up, they'll be 74. So you can hold on to it like it is till 74. I would suggest that you start withdrawing some money now, and even if you don't need it, start withdrawing it, pay some taxes on the withdrawals, give money away, buy toys, travel, whatever it is you want to do, because you're as healthy as you're going to be right. Say again?
I said, I just bought a new motorhome.
Well, good for you. Enjoy it. I mean, life is too short, literally.
Yeah, I'm just, trying to navigate. I never really dealt with a financial advisor, and I kind of did all of this on my own, and I got sick of things at work. And they had a financial advisor that came in, and I showed him what I had, and he laughed at me. He was like, yeah, you can afford to quit. And so I walked. But now I want to set, I've got 2 kids, and I want to try to maybe down the road set something up for them. But they've got to make their own way before I make it easy for them.
Yeah. I'll tell me your name again.
My name's John.
John. Okay. Where are you calling from?
I live in southern Suffolk, just near the North Carolina-Virginia line.
Wow, signal is strong today. Yeah, Suffolk. I've gone through there a number of times. That Suffolk is usually a place you go through to get somewhere else. Hate to say
Yeah.
it, but
Very true.
going to Virginia Beach or somewhere up there. Anyway, you need to sit down with a financial advisor, even if it's just a consultation. And again, I don't charge anyone anything for an initial consultation. There's no obligation, and I can answer questions, free of charge. At my stage in the business, I don't really need any new money, but we have a lot of new money coming in simply because of referrals and off the radio program and that sort of thing. But I don't need it, so I don't mind talking with people and giving them some advice. Let me give you my contact information. You have a lot of things going on there. You've got some very important decisions to make, and you need some help making them. A long time ago, I tried to do some plumbing on my own and made an absolute mess in a brand new house. And I promised from then on I was going to write a check to people that knew what they were doing to do those kinds of jobs. And, financial
That's one thing
matters.
I am smart enough to do is hire the experts.
Yeah, that's exactly right. And that's why people pay me, to help them make good financial decisions. I'm going to give you my contact information, and it's for you and also everybody else listening that might be listening to you and say, yeah, I'm in that same position. I need somebody to talk with. So let me give you my contact information, whether you use it or not. My number at the office is area 252, and it's 756-4700. Okay. 756-4700, area 252. The email is jim@jtauntonfinancial.com. And my last name is Taunton. So Jim at letter J, tauntonfinancial.com. And my website is jtauntonfinancial.com. And you can get on there and learn more than you ever want to know about Jim. And also there's an inquiry page you can submit, and it'll come to me by email if you want to contact me that way. And also, I'll tell you, I mentioned at the beginning of the program, but this program is simulcast on YouTube. My YouTube channel is Financially Speaking NC for North Carolina. And you get on there and watch any program I've done, including tonight. You could watch tonight's program and listen to yourself if that's what you wanted to do.
All right.
But anyway, you can get a hold of me in all kinds of ways. And, I'd love to chat with you a little deeper. It's hard in this format to get into the detail that I would need to get into with you. You certainly wouldn't want to divulge a lot of the information I would need on the air, people to hear.
Yeah. Well, that's fine.
And
and I'll be honest with you. It seems like when I sit down and talk to some people, I get the feeling that they're itching to get their hands on it. And
right.
I don't know. I just get a bad feeling. And I'm
understand
straight up, but I am going to be out of town for a few months, and then once I get back in, we'll sit down and discuss.
Yeah, that would be great. And I hope you have a great trip. Where are you going?
I don't know. First few stops, or once we get past Tennessee, we don't know.
Well, that's a good way to do it. And it's you and your wife, I assume.
Yes.
Well, congratulations on retirement and being able to do what you want to do, because, again, you're as healthy as you're going to be right now. And I've had so many people, dozens, over my 45 years in this business, try to put off until some special age or what have you, even though I tried to talk them into retiring because they were like you. They were financially ready at an earlier age. And then all of a sudden they get a bad word from a doctor and it just blows their retirement plans out of the water. So retire as soon as you're financially able to so you can enjoy it.
All right.
That's what you did.
Oh, I did. Yeah.
Well, John, thank you so much for calling. I appreciate it. Did you give your number to the producer when you called in? Okay, you're in the drawing for that dinner. Of course, if you don't want to come to Greenville, I can do something up around Suffolk if we need to. But that'll be if I.
That ain't no big deal. I got family down
well,
there.
good. Well, thanks for calling.
All right, man. You take care.
Have a good trip. Bye-bye.
All right. Bye.
Okay. Another great caller. And good heavens, we're almost into the program. I had a lot of good information for you. Believe me, take my word for it. But I'd much rather talk to people that call in about something that's important to them. So it's such a better program that way. But again, North Carolina is considered to be one of the top states for business, and I certainly will agree with that. I can attest to that. All right. The information, a lot of it, market relay, by the way, we'll skip the mid-program break, producer, because we just don't have the time to do that. Much of this market-related information is coming from Morningstar Wealth. And Morningstar, you may be familiar to you. They're the leading rating service for stocks, mutual funds, just about any and all things. They give star ratings to those instruments. But they also manage money. And they publish market newsletters and provide information. And I was provided this information by a representative from Morningstar as it was emailed to me. And I thought I would share a little bit with you. And I'll start, and we don't have much time, but I'll do what I can. I will say this, and it comes directly from the Morningstar presentation. What's comfortable is rarely rewarding. That is a hard one for clients to swallow because, Jim, I want to be comfortable. I don't want to have any anxiety, no risk whatsoever, but I want my 10% return now. Well, I can tell you that's impossible. They're on opposite ends of the spectrum. You have to, in life in general, not just with money, but in life in general, you have to take acceptable risk to get anywhere. Notice I said acceptable risk. That means you don't jump off a cliff and hope somebody catches you on the way down. You make plans, you have a strategy, you stick with it. Just that simple. Risk equals reward in my business. So, having said that, year to date, international developed markets, stock markets are up 20.4 year to date. China's up 18.1. Emerging markets are 15.6. U.S. stocks are up 6. And, you know, our accounts, our portfolio is actually about outperforming the market so far this year. But anyway, enough about that. U.S. bonds are up 4%, or paying 4%. But U.S. small caps are down 1.8. So U.S. small caps have certainly seen a divergence from the overall market movement. That may indicate that there is an opportunity there in small caps now, because just like all the other investments, there's a situation where one will go down, then the other will go up, then the other one will go down, and the other one will go up. And over history, I'm actually looking at a chart. I'm rushing through this because we don't have any time. But it's a cycle. It's just a pure cycle. Now, Jim, does that mean that you're telling me I need to sell everything I have and put it in small caps? Absolutely not. You should already have small caps in your portfolio. That's really the lesson. You should have some small caps. You should have some large caps, some mid caps. You should have some value, some growth. You know, the Morningstar Style Box grid breaks down equities into 9 categories. And they are in large cap, growth, blend, and value, small cap, growth, blend, and value, and then a cross-section of all that. And, of course, they also have a Style Box grid for bonds as well. But, you should have in a portfolio in most, not all, but a decent diversification of all those types of equities and or fixed income products. Oh, my. I love calls, but I don't like people to think I'm rushing through information either. So I'm gonna probably bring the same information to you next week. But I can tell you this, if I get phone calls, this information is going by the wayside, because I'd much rather talk to people that call in and ask me a question about something that's important and pertinent to them. And as always, this is Jim Taunton helping you make all of your financial decisions good ones. Good night, everybody.